Hello, our dear viewers of Iconic Media. I welcome you aboard on our session. My name is Emerson Douglas Mafra. Today we have one of the prominent political pundits of Makerere University here. He's going to share with us his thoughts and insights on the previous elections that happened, and he will be sharing with us his thoughts on the political arena of Uganda at large. And so at this moment I want to welcome him, and he introduces himself to us. You're most welcome.
Thank you. It has been a great pleasure that you have given me this chance to share with you. I am Rodney Babala, and a year 2 student of political science from the School of Social Sciences. I'm glad to be here.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Rodney, for visiting us today. The topic of the day is all about exploring the victory of LUBEGA VINCENT who emerged victorious with only a narrow margin of 4 votes, the difference that he beat Edmund Ariho in the previous 90th elections. So we want to listen to you and give us your thoughts on the previous elections, how it went, and what do you think went right and what went wrong in the previous election. Thank you so much. We can listen to you now.
First, from the 90th the election that we had, it was kind of competitive, though a few did not go well, but can't fail to appreciate whichever victory came out. As we know, when we participate into politics, it's our time to exercise our democratic rights, and those rights are through going for polls. As an institution big as it is, Makerere University, we know we can't have a monarchical way of leadership that when one comes is succeeded by the bloodlines. But just as a democratic institution that has existed for over 100 years, this has been the culture. When students want to come to choose the best of theirs, they go down into the polls, they visit the ballots and vote. However much this time around, it was an online. So this has been the 3rd time we are witnessing an online election. I know each that comes has a setback, but there's an improvement within the coming. We witnessed that of Dangote, though we did not get much to participate into his physical campaigns, because by the time we came, those physical campaigns were suspended. So we joined at a time when we were at the eve of the elections. So by then, that I remember when I tried to call His Excellency Dangote, he was in office, if I am not mistaken, for over 3 months, and then there came His Excellency Robert, who was the 89th, not so? When you try to draw back into what has been happening and all over the due presidents that have passed, you see that this one becomes the online election, and everything of it becomes more expensive than we can know, because this needs to reach to everyone, individual, however much even the other one needs to, but at least there you can organize. You have your crowd there and communicate to them at a single point. But this time around, it was an alien, by the way. However much things happened and there was death, but suspension of physical campaigns and everything about election, it was not the solution. We would have devised the means of seeing how we can better strategize. If they try to couple the death of that foreign hero with the goonism that could happen in the politics of Makerere University, we would advise the measures to see how this goonism can be driven out and
So now, considering the narrow margin defeat of the previous guild elections, how could this affect the LUBEGA's ability to implement his efforts or to implement his ideas, and how will this help him garner the support from the administrative body of the university?
Thank you. You're calling it a narrow gap, but to me, someone who always believes in democracy, and democracy, it calls for competition. If you have to go for elections, it really needs to be very competitive and very active. What we call a competitive one is that election that you win at that point that you call that it's narrow. You see, people have always won with one vote. Because when you try to draw, you see that we had a tie. For me, I had never witnessed that. I didn't know even that in politics there can be a tie, and people go for draws. When you draw to the UHGRC race, Abra and the competitor had a tie. So what did that mean? It meant that the competition was so good. So with the NSAMBA's margin of winning with 4 votes showed that indeed he was a man, because out of the 16 candidates and win with only a margin of 4 showed some kind of fairness.
So in that very opinion, should we say it involved some kind of rigid, or everything went on smoothly according to the EC?
According to the electoral committee, I couldn't say that there's rigging, but that is a good question. Maybe next time we shall involve the EC body to come and speak. But on my view about that, I didn't say anything, because if you try to say that there was some rigging, I could also say that every candidate was not satisfied about it, because you find that students did not vote, some of them did not vote, others voted for candidates who didn't come from their constituents. But that one, we can do that question back, not to the electoral commission, but to the system, who governs the system.
But what do you think is going to be undertaken as a step to curb down this issue of students not voting? I can give you a reflection of our School of Languages, Literature and Communication. We saw some of the journalism students not voting for the reason they were being allocated to another school, and they had to vote for those ones coming from School of Social Sciences. How and do you think, you as a political pundit who has knowledge in politics, do you think this can be resolved? And in case of rectification of this issue, how is the next EC or the next activities of elections or the management or administration of the university going to handle this? And do you think they will manage it? Because students planned to start to spark off the chaos because of just missing to vote, and we saw some of them missing to vote, and their candidates also failed because of that very issue. How is the next government, or how is the next activities going to take place and will handle this in your view?
To my view about that, I could say that we just need the resolutions between the electoral body to have constant meetings with the candidates that will be coming in by then. Because we should drive everything out of pressure. Because some candidates come out when they have that excitement. So even those ones who are going to the electoral commission, who will be standing for electoral commission positions, the for the 91st government. So they would have to sit with the outgoing ones to brief them about the system. And the next one, we have to question the system managements, the dicts, to come out, because before these elections could take place, let them first come down to us, explain to us how can we vote online, because this is the reason why we saw very many students did not vote, because they were not guided on the way to vote. You see, even this physical voting, you saw like in the other 2021 election, the national ID election, the Electoral Commission came out with the address systems. People with microphones, with those on the tie, zinda basiba ku mapichi, ku bugali, waliwo ne TV zebali batadde ku buses nga zitamu nga zigenda ziranga how voting will take place. So that was a good initiative.
Do you think that will collide with the rules and regulations as amended in the Guild Statute of the university, because they have eliminated such kind of, I should call it hooliganism according to the statute? Do you think they will allow that to happen? Because they have even stopped campaigning physically.
I say, right now, due to the system that is on and the heads within there, it will be upon our relationship as the student body with the administration. If we try to portray that we have now learned and we have now perceived the way how politics now is going to be played, because we try to look at this generation that is coming, it's going to be an online one. It may take a long process to draft plans to draw us back to the physical ones, but I think if they want us to continue with this online thingy, first of all, they should give us, how could you say, platforms for campaigning, and these could be the TV platforms, the radios. Before I came here, I heard of that there was a TV
but could you be meaning
and the radio for the campus.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. This campus had an FM radio,
Yes.
and it would help to facilitate students giving their opinions and going through air to participate in their campaigns and whatever. Basically, that was done for the journalism school. But I think you want to bring it in a way that the university should provide a platform for also GRSs, because we've seen Guild presidents campaigning on TVs. Previously, we saw Urban TV airing out the presidential debate for the Guild presidents. So, would you be meaning that they should also provide a platform for every student, or these ones who are engaged in politics like GRSs and other chairpersons of their colleges, or only basically for Guild presidents?
About that, what I could say, for me, I didn't like that initiative of taking our student leaders to those platforms.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's a good initiative, but for me, what I could say, let those platforms be owned by the campus, because that's where the electorate, the voters, the eligible voters are. When you go on TV, you are showcasing, yes, it's good, it's a sell for the institution, they are selling it out, but most of the people who tuned on that program were not students.
So, in simple terms, you want the university to enhance the radio station in the community, the university community, or the television station in the university community, so that the students can have access to it, or can get time to watch it. Because that one, when you're saying that it was for the national base, so which means the audience or the consumers of that television station, it was basically for other people who are not even students of Makerere University.
Indeed, that was. And even the time frame you saw. It could not favor us to watch. Some students were busy having lectures. So how could you weigh that? Basically, it's a no.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rodney, on that issue. Maybe what I want to know from you is that when President His Excellency LUBEGA NSAMBA VINCENT, previously we saw him swearing in to the term of office, and he had to select some ministerial bodies. Could you please share with us your insight on the composition and qualification of his ministerial body?
About that, about his selection of the ministerial body and into the administrative offices of his first and ever 90th Guild Cabinet of Makerere University. What I could say, one, before we do anything, let it be not even to him, but even down to our positions of leadership, we base on merit. It was a merit base. As I know, Mr. LUBEGA NSAMBA personally is a man who believes in competence, and we try to see that people who are around him, his inner circles, are not weak people. Let's be in any field, even academia, let's be social interaction, everything. He needs people with value. Even that could be a number one perimeter what he used. Yeah.
So you mean, according to his selection for the ministerial body, their expertise align with the they align with the goals and objectives of his manifesto?
I could say personally, yes.
Because what I know, you must have gone through his review of his manifesto, and you must have known where his plans are and how they are going to move.
Yes. About that, His Excellency VINCENT LUBEGA NSAMBA, through that, even in his manifesto, and try to see, he comes with a kick-out concept. So this is to kick out all the injustices that have been put onto students. So when it comes about that, and with his cabinet, I think he chose the best. When try to draw, we see, he chooses ministers or student leaders from his opposition who are down into students. And so about that, we see that they will be able to scoop out all those ideas through their cabinets for filtrations and for the kickstart. If you try to draw and see that you saw the pro-rata government, I could accredit it, but at a point it went astray.
Exactly, that's the very point I was looking forward to hearing from you, as trying to compare the plans of the LUBEGA NSAMBA's government to that of the previous one, of the pro-rata, the 89th government of Robert Maseruka.
So what I could say about that, the two excellencies, LUBEGA NSAMBA and Maseruka Robert, for him, okay, I know Maseruka faced a lot of opposition in his governance tenure. And remember, when you are the head and you always have these others, the working team, when it's not on your side, so you really face a lot of challenges, because you try to draw and see that in choosing his ministries, I don't know who guided him, or it was out of his individual brilliances. You find that the offices, that the way he shared them, indeed they are not corresponding. Because when you try to see that a ministry goes to a constituency or to somewhere, or to a person who has no specific knowledge about it, so that was a number one cause for his government not be welcomed by the student fraternity.
So what are some of the challenges you anticipate in Vincent Lubega's and his ministerial cabinet, in his government, and what are some of the strategies do you think he will employ to overcome such challenges?
One, I could say about that, the government has not gone so long through its active running. So about that, we cannot assess any challenge, but everything I see, if I try to draw into the future, his government, being that he has the circles around him, all those leaders, he has been having good terms with them, because this is the guy, this is the person who came out before even he first tried to create that rapport between the students. So you find that he was loved. That is the person who goes to Kovab and they welcome him. That is the person who goes to Kayes and they welcome him. That is the person who goes to Sedat and they welcome him. So that shows, even in other colleges and schools, that before he came for Jirud, he thought about it. So that one, that rapport he created will give him a higher and upper hand in the learning of his government.
Okay, thank you so much. What criteria, in your opinion, do you think will evaluate his success in his term of office with plus his administration in the ministerial cabinet?
First of all, we'll try to see His Excellency Vincent. One, anything that he does or anything that he will do that will give him a vibrant tenure is to be at good terms with the students. We'll try to see one of the second challenge that the Prorata government faced. Did not cooperate with the students, did not incorporate with the students. It worked with a few, I could say, and left the majority out. So that about it. So about that, he should have it, and he should have an ethical mind in dealing with the students.
Okay, what implications does Makerere University political climate have on the politics of Uganda right now?
Makerere as an institution, the way it has existed, everyone knows. I may not say that everyone, but it's on record that Makerere has been a home for intellectual grooming. Right from its start, we try to see people who have gone through Makerere, not only as students, leaders, but also as students with the passion of service. Try to see people like Rutamaguzi was here, was Mito. Try to see His Excellency Nobert Mao, he was also a meteorite and he was once a good president. Try to see Chiza Vesije was also a meteorite and is into politics.
So how bring that view of having these prominent people who are in the political arena of Uganda, talk about Charles Odongo, talk about the Nobert Mao, this Mukasambide, talk about Charles Romushana, Karuhanga. They have been the good presidents of Makerere here. So how does that usher the students' politics of Makerere right now? Take for example Robert Maseruka and Vincent NSAMBA. How does that usher them into the political arena of Uganda?
One, being as student leaders and those icon people that we have outside there, it gives us and Makerere as an institution an upper hand. One, we said everything that will happen within the context of Uganda, be it in politics, be it in economics, be it in information, be it in any kind of innovation, Makerere will come first. Any consultation that will be made to come from Makerere. So as these leaders, you find that what Makerere speaks, because when you try to see outside there, out of the few institutions of higher learning that is known, not only in Uganda, not only in Africa, but also worldwide, Makerere has a bigger name. So anything that takes place, it has an effect in the politics of Uganda. Because anyone who goes out of Makerere and he has been a leader or not a leader, outside there, when you speak that you are a Makererian, there is some bit of status they attach to you, and the way you view, you analyze your thing is, let it be politics, it will give you a better display. So whatever runs in LUBEGA NSAMBA's government, even that went within Maseruka's government, has a positive thing to do with Ugandan politics. I assure you that, because these are the people who will come here and go to the mainstream to also actively engage in politics. Because when trying to see His Excellency VINCENT, he has been a leader right from his education struggles, right here from primary, he came secondary, even advanced, even here. Even you see that he's a representative of Ntebe, the youth in the 50th Parliament. So that shows that being a Makererian or anything that takes place in Makerere has a say on Ugandan politics.
Are you affiliated with any political party in Uganda?
That is the right question. Okay, personally, I could say yes.
So what political party is that, and why? Why did you choose that party and leave others?
That political party, basically, it is within me. I'm here to reveal out because of what is taking place. But for anyone before subscribing to any political party, one, have their ideologies, let them discuss to you and see does it align with what you really want to. Basically, there's no any political party, however much I say that I subscribe to what that has come out.
So can you please can you disclose that political party that you're talking about, you affiliated to?
That political party is yet to come. It's coming down to me. It will come and they tell me each and every, oh, I will go to that political party. I ask them that I want to join. But before I join, tell me what you have. Ideas, the structures, everything about what I will need.
So do you mean that His Excellency LUBEGA NSAMBA and Robert Maseruka, we've seen Alliance Lawrence Dankote, Shami Munabasa and others, do you think they follow the criteria of their strategies being laid by their political party they are affiliated to?
About that, within that political party, I could say they have structures. We try to see, come down to that, they have that institutional structure. When you see that within these institutions, they have that structure. You see that here at Makerere, they may have that MOOC chapter. Let me say, if it's of NUP, yes, that NUP MOOC structure. Yeah. So about that, that is the same way, that is the same institution that will help them to take the mantle. Because remember, in any society that exists, when you lack organization, it is the number one way of failing. So these structures come out to put some bit of organization. So in that, I could say it was.
So what's your take on Makerere University banning the political party affiliation? Like they have banned the issue of the partisanship among students who participate in politics.
About that one, I don't think that they banned any political party. That one is just a total lie. Political parties they're just as customary laws. They are norms. They are not written anywhere, prescribed to any document. That when I move Rodney, I subscribe to NOOP. That NOOP will come and show on my face. That is what you have at heart, you feel. So I don't think that they ban them, because we ban it here, but on my heart, I don't know you would ever take it out of me. So I don't think any that.
So doesn't this mean that it hasn't affected any student here? Because when you say like that, then you give me the mind that even voting, we would have been voting physically, but again, we do vote online. But anyway, putting that aside, I want you to give me your thought or your insight, trying to compare this conservative government starting from Shamim Nabasa up to currently LUBEGA NSAMBA VINCENT.
About that, my take is, when let me first let these two that will come out, because you find that one, His Excellency Vincent LUBEGA NSAMBA, being is a student of democracy, he has been able to attend to the disciplines of democracy, of enlightenment, of intellectualism. Being a social scientist gives him an upper hand. That is the field in which they study political science, they study sociology. He has been able to have psychology as a leader, even anyone.
So trying to mean that his academia, there is a way it helped him to achieve this post.
Indeed, because he has that knowledge about how politics is played, right from his book, even from what he gets out of his academics.
Yes.
Therefore, he knows the art of politics, starting from the intellectual knowledge that he gets. So that one gives him an upper hand. When try to relate with His Excellency Marcel Karobat, I know he's a good leader. I couldn't defy that. But someone who has that one, who has political science. So anything he does, let it be against or not against. So we shall, one, it will be a measurement, a parameter of measuring him that he, as a student of political science, hadasome ebyobufuzi akoze kino. So mwekyo ekintu kigenda muyamba nnyo kuba agenda kubanga kimuyamba okugatta byasoma ne ku byakola tuli alive clearly.
A political pandit. I want you, in your general knowledge, give me your insight on previously the cabinet ministerial reshuffle done by President His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, where we saw him dropping some ministers like those ones from Karamoja who involved in the Mabat saga, and also appointing some new ministers. We have seen Nyamtoro and Babala Gahara being appointed as State Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, representing children and youth. What's your take on this? Will this not impact or create an effect on the political landscape of Uganda? Or how will this move according to your own understanding?
According to my own understanding, I try to see that these government reshuffles that were made at the end, I could say at the eve of his tenure, His Excellency,
yes,
Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. These they try to communicate what is coming out. So a big question comes to us, not only me as you have posed it to me, but also to the entire polity. One, we try to see that his dropping of the ministers who are involved in the Mabat saga. So he's trying to reconcile with the people of Karamoja and to show that if someone makes a mistake, is there to be punished. So dropping them was a kind of punishment. But how do you punish matters? Dropping them here, but he also has another plan. So about that, I could say, as a Leviathan, as a political thinker, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni had a better plan.
So was that one of the criteria he used, that he wanted to please people of Karamoja? Okay, that putting that aside, I want you to give me your thought in this interesting story that his son, the first son, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, being appointed as Chief of Defense Forces, replacing General Wilson Mbadi to be appointed as State Minister for Trade and Industries. Where does this leave Uganda?
One, I could say, where it's leaving Uganda, it's only God who knows. Because when try to see the first son, now the CDF commander, now the newly elected, when try to see how he has been playing his games or his politics, I could say his politics, alongside the officers, because when try to see the rules or within the constitution of the marshals,
yes,
says that if you are still active in office, you are not entitled to participate into politics. But we see him, this young man, coming out and participating. So, as the father, the mentor, I could say, of many, it didn't please him. That's why he had to limit him from active participation. That's why even that initiation of the PLU, the Patriotic League of Uganda, so we see that these have been the officials in that, the big muscles, Dr. Barugahara and General Muhoozi. So if these people have been put out and put on the roster for ministerial positions and those offices, so this shows that people who have been anticipating that PLU is going to come as a political party, it may not. Indeed, it may come out as any other organization or any other group, interest group, which is not political, but a group that comes out for the youth. Because you see that the chief mobilizer, who was appointed Minister of State for Gender, Women, and for, under the youth.
Yeah, event promoter, that's Barugahara.
Yeah, so his organizational skills, because he's a good crowd puller and has a skill in organizing, in putting crowds together. So being removed from a mobilizer of PLU to a minister, so this shows that as PLU is going to start, because being given that higher.
You mean that is trying to create, trying to create a threat to other political parties that maybe General Muhoozi has intentions of contesting for presidency in the next forthcoming elections?
Personal about that, I don't see that coming. Because one, before he comes for presidency, as I said, he will try to draw back. When Dr. Kizza Besigye was coming out for president, he was charged with the rules of the marshal, the court martial. You couldn't stand actively for presidents when you still an active serving, I could say, GI, government issued there, because those people, the security men, they are government issued projects. So you can't come out before you retire. So that one, I could say that he may be having plans, but not now, not this forthcoming one. So his plans may be far from this coming. Maybe if he's to come and next, let me say 2030, because that position is going to help him have that mentorship and leadership. With the combatant, he already has, but with the leadership skills, he still needs to learn more.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Rodney. Maybe we want to hear from you in your last remarks as we sum up. we've seen crises, very many crises in the political climate of Uganda, and many people have been looking how corruptful is the government, that's the ruling party of NRM, headed by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We want you to give us your thought on also the opposition parties or the opposition leadership. We've seen Mathias Mpuuga coming out crying that His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is demanding him to resign as a parliamentary commissioner over just mere allegations that of corruption, that he accepted money for taxpayers, and Mpuuga claims that money was...
About that, I could say Wekitiibwa Mathias Mpuuga NSAMBA, the MP for Chimanya Kabonera Masaka. So about those allegations, nze nsuubira nti bw'otunuulira ssente ezo omutitimbe gw'ensimbi ogufukumuka mu palamenti ya Uganda, nsuubira kale nga ye nga bwe byogerwa, byonna tubiraba ku mutimbagano n'ebyogerwa n'ebiva mu kibiina nga bamugamba enkasi asooka agiteeke wansi, then balabe engeri gye basobola okwandolingamu eyo mata. Naye nsuubira nze nga bwe kyogerwa, kuba bwe tutunuulira nti n'ebiwandiiko bivaayo nti waliwo document yabadde etwaliddwa ku floor of parliament ng'eva mu pate informing the speaker.
Was that the right decision made by Honorable Speaker of Parliament Anita Mong, rejecting that letter that they dismiss Mathias Mpuuga as a parliamentary commissioner? Was it the right decision made by her?
That was the most right decision about that, because everything happens by law. As even a parliament, because as an August House, kino libanga senjegero, you come out and scrutinize nemu debating ekyona kiba kiwandiika nti ona resigning twakirabako kuba otumya mu DP lwamala okwapointinga owekitiibwa Norbert Mao nga Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Abamu tebali happy kulwekyo ekintu ne baagala resigning.
In fact, that's the very that's the very scenario which is in Nuke right now, that people who are affiliated to DP wanted Norbert Mao to resign. So kino kirekawa ebibiina ebya opposition mu ggwanga Uganda kati wawe tulaga wennyini kuba tulaba Museveni akwata abantu nga abateekamu ensimbi nga badde eri ku ludda lwe.
Nze nsuubira okudda ku ludda lw'omukulembeze kisinzira gwe nga gwe, values sizolina. Abamu people they are there to leave a legacy. Kati if try to otunera kati nga LUBEGA NSAMBA mu career gyagenda okutwala nga geri president, ensobi yonna gy'akola egenda ku affecting emiji gyonna egijjako, being it is the first 90th yonna gy'akola bonna bagenda okujjamu from 91st to 99 egina kubanga ebakosa. So kati kwekyo kintu omutimbe gw'ensimbi bwagwanga kaze kasiimu kuba twalaba even back emyezi egiyise emabega nti bonna ba speakers bali babaddeko aba parliament ya Uganda babawa emmotoka akakanga kazenga kasiimu tekifayo nti bbanga kimwe kagidde lwakuba nti obuzibu bwekaze wekyagidde kino ekitiibwa Mathias Mpuuga nti ye bakamuwadde bukyali, ye sente zabaddewo, omuntu yenna akola asiimibwa.
But it's not provided anywhere in the Constitution of Uganda. How does this come into the laws? Tekiri mu mateeka ga Uganda kati kijja kitya nti okulaba nti Mpuuga bamuwa ssente nga bagamba kaali kasiimo ku lw'empeereza ye.
Era ne bwekityo bwe kyali when they issued out with these cars as emmotoka esatu ze baagala lumeraga kijja kitya lwaki babawadde emmotoka, lwaki babawadde emmotoka, until when? So we have to follow the constitution to dot. Yes, tugisomamu wano mangu tugiyisamu mu kwakwayo naye nga tetugifolowinze mu buvono obuddo bwayo. So tulina okudrawinga back ne tulaba bwe kibanga mwekiri yes kituufu, naye kibanga tekiriimu kuba omuntu sobola okusiimibwa out of anywhere, naye kibanga tekiri mu mateeka okusinza kuba bwe tulina Oweekitiibwa Mathias Mpuuga NSAMBA abaddeko mu parliament era omukululo gwe gwagenda okuleka tegubuusibwabuusibwa, adde musajja w'amaanyi, adde musajja anywerera ku kigambo kye. So nga wabaddeko leader of opposition abadde alina a political that intellectual maturity. I think awo ke bamuwadde kyadde kimugwana teyadde enguzi.
Okay, thank you so much. As we sum up, just give us your last remarks on the topic of the day today.
I could thank you for this precious invite, but as we go, the question of the day goes out to all of us. Who is whom we shall blame for anything that will happen? But bringing it back to the first 98th government, I appreciate, I thank them for coming to office, and I really strongly believe in them because His Excellency LUBEGA has people who are willing okumulwanira entalo ze ne bwaba nga taliwo. Is a man who believes in dialogue. Sinti muntu agenda kera agamba tugenda oba kwekalakaasa baki nga tamaze kwekananya nsonga. So mu ekyo kintu nsuubira nga wadde akola emirimu gye. Kyalina tukolera one to build that, bring back or to build that connection, that relationship with the students and the administration. Kyekimu ekigenda otuyamba as students to bargain for our political rights and everything that happened. Zino business ze bagoba buli kimu nsuubira nabanabanga tekizze mu budde bwe mu kisanja kye, at least ku kisanja kinyaddako ajja kuba alese ground work. So era nemwe embeera wabwerewo eyo gyali kuba kimanya alina passions ezokweyongera mu byobufuzi, kigenda muyamba nnyo cyane. Buli kyakola wano kigenda kubeera nga kiri accountable kweyo gyasibuka oba gyanajja. So mweyo embeera Makerere kintu kyamaanyi.
Thank you so much. This has been our prominent guest of the day. He's Rodney Babala, a year 2 student of social sciences doing politics at Makerere University, and we do appreciate his insights he has been sharing with us. I just want to request you to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, comment, like, and don't forget to share with others. I want to thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching to us. I wish you good luck. See you in the next session.